In this video, I'd like to show you how to make the headboard for this king-size wooden bed frame. To make this headboard, we need a few materials. I have two stud wall 2x4s, which are 93 inches long, and five 5.5 inch 2x6s. Now, if you want this to be shorter or taller, you can get a different number of 2x6s, but my wife Ashley wanted it 5 boards high, so that's what I've got. So let me show you the cuts we need and we'll get this thing built. All of the 2x6s need to be cut at 79.5 inches for this king size bed. Be sure to wear eye and ear protection when running a saw. I better hurry, it's about to rain. So on this 2x4, I'm going to mark at 31 inches and I'm going to make 3 of these cuts. So I'm going to mark down and this will be the support for this headboard. Now I'm going to make these cuts and we'll be done with all of the wood cuts. I have all the boards inside now, and 2 annoying little dogs. I'm going to set these out in the order that I want them, making sure that any stains or ink marks are facing up, so that whenever we attach the boards on top, the bad side will be away from view later on. So just kind of observe things and pick the side you want. Excuse me, ma'am, in your princess outfit. Now it's important to have the boards all flush, so if you see some like this that are out of order, just push them down, and you can actually use one of these long boards here to kind of tap them all flush, like that. Now I've got the drill bit here on drill that I'm going to be using to pre-drill some, because these boards may have a tendency to crack a little bit. So I'm going to take the drill and put the board about this far from the top and bottom. That way I know about where to drill the holes. So I'm going to come in here and just put some holes in. Two in each board should be sufficient. Well, there goes my drill bit. Now down here on the last 5.5 inches is going to be where the headboard attaches to the bed itself. So I'm actually going to put a 3rd screw in here. So just want to make sure I've got 3 different holes for that. Now it's time to get these installed. So I'm going to measure out, come over approximately 10 inches from the edge here. Okay, and then once again 10 inches on this other side. Okay, and then also I'm going to match this here in the middle. So I actually want to go approximately 40 inches to the center here. I'm going to use my measuring tape and mark out at 10 inches here, and then come up a little bit and mark again, and that's where this board is going to go here on the outside. And I also want to make sure I've got 5.5 inches down here. So right there and there. So I'm just going to use these 2.5-inch screws. And the reason for these is they're not going to go all the way through and damage the floor or pop out and hurt somebody. So we get these attached here. Now this headboard is a touch on the heavy side, so if you have somebody to help lift, I highly recommend it. I'm just going to lift this up here and then start screwing it in. So be sure that it's flush here on the ends. And you should be good to go. Nice. I find that 3 screws in each of these support boards is enough, but if you want to add a 4th, certainly go right ahead. Here's a close-up of the finished product. So it's 5 boards high. It's a very sturdy piece too. Well, this concludes the build of the wooden headboard for this king-size bed. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, push that like button. It helps the ranking of this video in YouTube. And be sure to subscribe. Lots more videos on the way. I'm Seth Johnson with Land House, and I will see you next time. Bye. Welcome to the bonus footage. So I actually wanted this to be kind of a stained gray color. And so that's what I'm going to do for her. So I just went to the hardware store and picked up this, let's see what it's called. Classic Gray 271. So I'm just applying it here, and we'll take a look at it whenever it's dry. I think it's going to be nice because a lot of the things in the house here are this gray color and should look nice. So I have to say, I actually did a great job picking this color out. I like this a lot. Whenever it starts to dry, it really shows the wood texture underneath. And I think it just looks great. So if you're looking to have a gray colored bed, I recommend doing this instead of just painting. Definitely gives it a little bit more character. And this stuff applies a whole lot easier than paint. That's another plus. So, been shopping for mattresses for this bed, and I had set aside over the past year or so about $1,200, thinking that was a pretty good savings for buying a mattress. And so Ashley and I went to Sears, and pretty much everything they had was over $3,000. We were blown away at how expensive these mattresses are. So we quickly left that place and went to a couple more. And then we wound up in, what was it? Rooms to Go, I believe. And they had lots of different mattresses. And we found a few we liked. Still a little bit outside of my price range. Then we found one that we really liked, and that was the Beauty Rest Black Edition. That's a fantastic mattress. The problem is it's $3,000. So talked to my brother-in-law, and he said go to a website called usmattress.com. And they have these deals that circulate or rotate, I guess. And so checked it out. They do have really nice mattresses and really good sales. So probably going to go with them. They also have the free delivery like most places do. But you can get a beauty rest somewhat comparable to the one we found and liked so much for way better than half price. So to me it's definitely worth getting a different mattress more in the price range, because I certainly cannot afford a $3,000 mattress. Even if it does last for 10 years, that's still a lot. But I'm going to keep painting this, and I will show you the finished product. If you've had a similar eye-opening experience with mattresses, leave that story down in the comments, because it'd be interesting to see what kind of experience you've had. Also, a little note, which I'm going to have to add to the build video of this bed, is that some warranties for beds require a 3-inch gap in slats, and others require no more than 1.5 inches. And I'm finding that a lot of these fancy mattresses, these expensive ones, they want you to have a smaller gap. So definitely something to consider if you're going to use this frame without box springs, which I believe we are, because the mattress and box springs can be a little bit expensive together. So just a side note. And here is the finished stain look. I like it a lot. Just a simple gray stain, and went ahead and put it on each of the sides down here. They'll be visible from the outside, but the main spot it'll be seen is just the headboard up here. And so I'll see if Ashley wants it to have a second coat, but I am pleased with that. Well, thanks for watching this build. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Beep. Okay, I'm gonna measure out. They can't see, but here, go over here. I've got some 2.5-inch screws here. No, those are 1,